Hello everyone, welcome to Triguma Academy. Today we will discuss the policy and compliance demonstration with respect to the GRC in ServiceNow. As you know, we have already discussed the theoretical knowledge of the policy and compliance management. So today we will discuss, how in the actual policy and compliance management work in ServiceNow. Okay, so this is a demonstration session. We will show you what are the stage of the policy and how the policy, what are the policy states and how the policy is approved, what are the policy exception. So each and everything with respect to the policy, and also discuss the compliances as well. So please watch my video till the end, and if you still not subscribe my channel, please subscribe my channel and share the video, so that that video will help to those peoples who are eagerly wants to learn with respect to ServiceNow. Okay, let's start. I would like to share one thing as well. This is my personal development instance. So in this personal development instance, I have already installed the plugin with respect to the GRC. There are a few plugins. If you still not watch my previous video, please watch that video. In that video I have discussed what are the various plugins which needs to be installed while you want to work on the GRC or you want to learn the GRC. So this is on the personal development instance. It's free of cost, just for the learning purpose. So I have installed a few plugins with respect to GRC in my own instance, and after the installing those plugins, the respective applications and modules will be enabled for your instance. Okay, so we just need to search the policy in the navigator bar. Okay, so while you are searching the policy, see policy and compliances management module is visible. All of the major things are visible. You can scroll down. Okay, what I have done, for my quick reference, I have added this policy and compliance module as in my favorite list. So I will just go here in the favorite, and I need to do, sorry, I was doing the wrong thing. Yeah, so as you can see here, the policy and compliance management I set as a favorite. So I just open this, and we would like to show the overview how the policy and procedures are applicable to any entity, any organization. So this is while we are clicking on the overview, it will show you the overview. You can say that dashboard, which will help you to understand the policy structure, how the policy is working on. Okay, so see, this is the policy overview. This is the dashboard, which is by default dashboard. So you can see the higher management can easily track out the policies through the single dashboard platform. So yeah, as you know, the policy management and GRC centralize the legal things and policy procedure to the single platform. So all policies for the different entities we can handle through this. And this the policy overview will also give the compliances overview as well. Compliances means, in a Hindi term, if you want to I just wanted to know the meaning in Hindi. Compliance means anupalan. That means how those people, I mean, to need to obey the policy. I mean, this policy is applicable, or we can say it is mandatory to allow or obey the policy. Okay, so see, this is the policy overview. In the this is the each and every policy is containing the controls, and those controls also has a control owner and the control objective as well. Okay, so see, this is the control compliances. How many controls we have is around 120 1204 controls are there. Okay, so who's like a complaint of 8860 as the complaints we received, we can see the non-applicable 61. This is just on the dashboard. So as per our requirement, as per our company requirements, we can modify the dashboard, or we can create the dashboard for our organization. See the control details, compliance score by department. So we can Also, we find out the department wise compliance score with respect to the policy. We can easily trace out, like in the sales department what is the compliance score, in finance department what is the compliance score. So we just need to track out through the single dashboard so that we can improve our performance. Okay, control overview, exempted controls by policy. So these are the things. Exempted control by entity, there are some controls which are not applicable and which are exempted. So each and everything is defined here, but as I told you, there are lot of configuration required as per our the need, physical need, right? Physical need means what is the requirement in our organization, we need to implement, we need to design the dashboard according to that. Okay, now before going to start, first please try to understand what is the main role of the policy management in GRC. Okay, I would like to share a one example with you. There is a one company, let's say Triguma Solutions, right? Triguma Solutions is working globally around 120 150 countries around the world. Okay, and what we have done, we need to we need to create the policies with respect to different departments. We need to create their legal policies, lot of and the policies. We have our own company constitution, so we need to follow that one as well. So lot of things. So how can we achieve this? How can we centralize the process so that each and every entity has a the smooth running process? In that case, policy management and GRC applications come in the mind. Okay, so what we will done, we will implement the GRC. In that, what we have done, we have around 120 countries. We have divided the countries in the different regions. Like let's say an example with respect to the Triguma technologies, Triguma solutions, we have a 120 countries. So we have divided the all 120 countries into the four regions. One is the APAC region, LATAM region, Canada region, or whatever the US region, you can give the any name, or the North America region. So we have divided these countries on the four regions. In that, each region containing the 20 15 countries, right? In that region, what we have done, we are designing the policy with respect to the region, and each region containing the different like a 15 or 20 entities. Like in APAC region, we have a 20 countries: India, China, Malaysia, Bangladesh, Nepal. In the US region, in the US region, we have a North America region, Canada. Okay, lot of European countries we have. So we can define the entities in region, and region is divided from the global around. So how the company will work, this is the way the policy will applicable. Okay, hope you understand the real example how it will work. Okay, now what I will do, we will discuss the real time system scenario. Okay, so we just need to go to the policy. As you can see, I have just written the policy in the navigator bar, and you can see. So what this is the overview. I have already shown you the overview, how the overview is. Okay, so we can click on the policies. So currently these are the demonstration data. So currently we have approximately these 7 policies which are currently available in the system. There are few policies which is already published. There are few policies, there are different policies, like we have it in the plan. Okay, what type of policy it is, a plan, policy, or a standard, everything. So let's take an example of this institution and incident response standard operation procedure. What is the standard procedure for the incident response? We are opening this policy. Okay, so in this policy, first of all, you need to understand the what are the basic states of the policies. First, you need to draft, as I told you in previous video as well. First, you need to draft the policy. Then you need to review the policy with your manager, with the superior who is the owner of that policy, and awaiting approval. You need to wait for the approval. Once the approval is given, then the policy state is going to the published state, and once it is published, that means that the policy is applicable, and this policy is live for the respective country or the respective the respective entity. Okay, so each and every policy has a valid date. Like this policy is applicable for today to the next 1 year, right? So you can see these are the valid from this policy is applicable, written and applicable from this date and valid to this date. Okay, we can also retire the policy as per our as per our the discussion, or if we want to, there is any requirement to extend the policy, we can extend the policy. If we want to retire the policy, we can retire the policy. In case we want to edit the policy, then definitely we can edit the policy, and on the basis of the policy it's automatically it's automatically calculate the compliances score as well. I mean, this policy, how many people are obey this policy, so we can also calculate the compliances score. So let's start. This is the policy form. Hope you already understand what is the different states of the policy. Even sometimes interviewer will ask you about the different states, so these are the basic, you just need to explain. These are the 4-5 states we have in the policy, so it's easy to learn. Okay, so you just need to give the name of the policy. See, the incident response standard operating procedure, type is plan. Okay, owning group is not mandatory, owner is a carry, so he is the owner. Valid from state is published. Who is the approver, who approved the policy? System administrator, it means myself, I have approved the policy. Who is the reviewer? It means a system administrator, means myself, review. Okay, and who contributor, I mean who contribute to drafting the policy, then we can also add someone who is drafting the policy or who can help us to draft the policy. We can also add those members as well. And in that description we can also describe in detail what are the policy, what are the standards going on. Okay, the policy text we can input here. Along with that, we can create a policy knowledge base. Knowledge means now we can create a one article, so that the each and every employee who wants to access this policy can read through the knowledge base portal as well. Okay, so we can define the template as well, published policy article number. Okay, so frequency, these are the some basic fields which need exception, setup, activity. Okay, so this is all about the policy life cycle. In the policy life cycle there are few things. Each policy has a policy history when it was created. So currently there is no history because this is the demo data, so we don't have a history, but generally we have a policy history. I mean, when that policy was implemented, when that policy was modified, when that policy was extended. So all history is captured under the related list, the tab, the policy history. What are the entity types? We have a entity types, like we have a different entities, like we have a departmental entities, we have a global entities, we have a different any type of entities we can add here as per our the requirement. Okay, each, as I told you, each policy containing the control objectives, controls and control objectives. So we can define, I mean, how the control objective is work. We will discuss it after completion of these related list tab. Definitely we will discuss. First you need to understand control objective means it will controlling the policy with a certain conditions. In the simple word we can say it's like a hierarchy of the policy. Under we can control objective or control define the each control objective contain a controls. Let me open you starting from this, that will give you the better understanding. See, this is the control objective: enable detection system, prevention system, whatever, blah blah blah. Okay, so source UCF, source ID this, reference ID this, this is active. See, now we can see each control objective contains the citation and the controls as well. So this is not containing any control. This objective is not containing any control, but yeah, this is containing the policy. See, this is the policy it is containing. What is the category it has? It is a technical security, classification is a preventive. So this is the control objective. Now come again to the policy. So there is a one tab, the approval. So here we can define who is approved the policy, and so the approval will be listed here. So see here I was approved this policy as a system administrator. Now come to the policy exception. Policy exceptions means, suppose that we have a policy everyone needs to punch sharp 9 a.m. in the morning in every entity in the organization, right? I'm just giving you an example, but in some cases there are few members like a top management, they are not liable to punch every day because they have a international visits, they have a different they have a different field work, so they are not liable to to punch the card, to punch the attendance daily. So policy exceptions means we are creating a one policy that is applicable to everyone but except to the higher management, except the VIP ones. So in the policy exception we can add the exception group or the exception policy exceptions here. So hope you understand the what is policy exception. Policy exception is simple, we are accepting the peoples who are not liable to do or obey the policy. Okay, so these are the this is the policy exception. We can also add the child policy under the policy, or not as we can say child policy, we can also associate the policy with the parent policy. So the acknowledgement campaign, also information objects. If we have any issue, like if we have any issue against any policy, we can create the issue from here. Okay, not here but actually that is for the end user, so they can create from the service portal or whatever. They can also create the issue from here as well. Let me show you how they can create the issue. See, create the issue. Suppose that I clicked on the create issue, so this is the issue. They can create it. They just need to the assignment group, state, okay, issue type, whatever they want to do against the policy, location, parent, issue, priority, what was the priority, details, the issue details. We can easily see which policy we have a issue. See, I will show you the how the policy will reflect. We have a this policy, right, institute, and currently it doesn't have any issue. I will show you how the policy will raise the issue. See, this is the first one, we are raising the issue. Recommendation, this is testing. This is issue testing policy. Okay, so we are just putting here, we are just a description, and we are putting the name here, issue type, the control design effective failure. Not of this one, I am taking as a risk issue. Classification as a compliance. Okay, we can put the state is this. We can simply submit the issue. Okay, so see, there will where is my issue, it will be visible to you. Response new. Okay, let me filter out. Created on today. So see, this is our issue. Assigned, no one is assigned to. Name the issue is the testing policy, we didn't define anything, so this is the low priority issue. We can trace out. Along with that, you can find out what are the issue state. So first is the new, analyze, response, review, and close. So these are the few states. Now let me show you the, see, this policy currently doesn't have any issue. So what we will do, we will simply reload the issue, and against this policy you can see the issue. See, this is the issue is raised. So who is the owner, who is the, I mean, this issue is assigned to those group who is able to resolve the issue. So hope you understand, this is the policy structure, how the issue is coming here. And we can also policy exception, we can also do that. Entity types we have discussed. Okay, so this is all about the policy. Now I will discuss you give you one example with the compliance score. Actually this policy doesn't have a compliance score, that's why it is showing as a red. It has a 0 compliance score. Okay, so let me take an example, business record and media management. So I am taking this example that will give you the better understanding. See, the compliance score is 99, the honor is the carry, the policy name is the policy record, and the media management. Okay, so what is the compliance score? Compliance score is nothing but it is a simple thing that 99% people are obey this policy. Okay, so this is the good thing, that's why it is going in green. It in every organization, if more than 90% of people are obeying the policy, that means our policy we can consider as in a good manner. Okay, so all things are same except these one. See, now I can show you the entity types. So see, this policy is applicable to different two entities, like entity is a department and vendor. So this policy is applicable to internal departments like a finance, HR. Entity type is containing the internal departments like a finance, HR, or whatever as per the company requirement. And vendor is the external entity, external vendors who are also liable to obey this policy. So this is the entity type. Okay. So I hope you are clear with the entity. Let me show you. Let me open this entity in detail. So the entity type is department, compliance score is 86. Now you can see the entities. See, customer support department, finance department, IT department, development, sales, product management, and the HR. So all of these departments are liable to obey the policy. That means this policy is applicable to the entity department which containing the entity, these 6 7 entities which is containing. That means the policy, business records and media management is applicable to all departments which are inheriting the property of the department. Okay, similar like we are opening the vendor. In the vendor, see, they has a different vendor list. We have a Samsung, EMC, Palm, Google, Sony. Guys, these are the dummy data. Okay, so I am just explaining you how it will work. Okay, so these are the entities which is applicable. It means these the following 78 entities, 78 vendors are liable to obey the policy. But see, I will show you how the entity filter, entity filter is, we are building our own condition that we will discuss later. We can also define the risk framework. We will discuss the risk framework while we are discussing the risk management. But it is also calculating the risk as well on the basis of the defined standard framework. Okay, so we are in the risk statement. You can see there are three legal risks are associated with these vendors, like a disclose confidential is information, vendor resilience, and vendor quality. So these are the few risk statements which are automatically coming to this entity. Don't worry guys, we will discuss the risk in detail while we are going to demonstrate the risk management. We will discuss the risk framework and risk statement in there. Okay, so you can see this entity type is applicable to two policies. One is the remote access control policy and the second is the business record and media management, which is we are discussing. Okay, there are few control objectives which is defined against this entity type and the policy exception. This is the most important thing. It is coming policy exceptions is, see, the business, this is the policy exception. Let me open the policy exception. Okay, that will give you the better visibility of the thing. Okay, so requester is the Abraham Lincoln. Okay, he approval group is a compliance manager. This is approved. Capture the record required by the organizational compliance requirement. More time needed. Justification to, more time needed. We can policy this, control objective this, risk assessment is nothing, schedule and comment. Okay, so it means the requester is accepting from this policy, business records and media, because the policy exception, because he need more time to for complete the organizational compliance requirement. Okay, so it means this policy is not applicable to that particular user. Hope it is it clear to you. Okay, now we are again coming to the policy section. I am reminding you again what we have discussed. We have discussed what is the policy, what are the policy states, how the control objectives are associated to policy, what are the entity types in policy, what are the entity type containing the departments or whatever the sub entity. Okay, and what we have discussed the controls, we have discussed the policy exception. So in term of the policies, we have discussed the issue. In term of the policy, we also discussed how can we raise the issue. We have discussed the po policy issue states and how can we assign, how can we create the policy issue. So these are the things with respect to the policy we have discussed. We have also discussed the overview, how can we centralize the process in terms of policy management. So let's see, I will show you now another example. So all policy exception, we can click here and we can see there are the few policy exceptions we have. Okay, and we can also integrate with the third party as well, but that is a different thing. We can also configure the entity classes and entity types. So we can see through the entities. See, we have these entities currently: vendor, department, data center, company, business services. If we want to create any separate entity as per our requirement, we can create here and configure to according to that. Okay, we can show all entities, but we have only a few entities we have. These are the entities we have currently which are in the active state. Okay, so we can also see the controls as well. If you click on the overview, that will redirect to the dashboard, control objective dashboard, which will give you the attestation. And I am taking one separate section on the controls, each control containing the attestation, each control how it work. I have already given you the basic overview, but you need to understand in details. See, this is the control establishing mental identification. Let me open this one to control to which will give you the better understanding. See, these are the states of the controls: drafting stage, attest state, review state, monitor, and the retired state. It is similar as the control objective actually, and there is nothing. Activity journal, indicator. This is the most important thing: issue and indicator. Indicator, it means it indicate before something went wrong. Okay, so this is integrated with the risk management, so it is very much important section. Definitely we will discuss it. This is the PA indicator, performance analytics indicator, that is a separate module. We will discuss in this future. Risk events, okay, policy exceptions, risk. So each and everything is similar to the control objective, or you can say the same control objective and controls are the similar. Okay, so I think we have discussed all things with respect to the policy management. But I will show, see, currently we don't have any indicator, but in this, see, we have indicators as well. So we will discuss. And again, I will show you one thing before ending this video. How can we, I mean, the configure the policies, right? Give me a minute. Mid server password. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to do also check the compliances as well. See, yeah, so this is the compliances. We can policy acknowledgement, yeah, overview. So compliances, we can monitor the processes, we can monitor the how the policies compliance is. So see, this is the dashboard. Compliance requirement is this. We can overall compliances about the 207,092 policies. What's the compliances score? So each and everything we can define here. Okay, this is the breakdown, compliance score, trends. This is the compliance by authority document. So I believe all things are good for you. Okay, and tomorrow we will discuss what is the risk management and what are the vendor management, how it will work. Okay, so again I am reminding you once again about the policies. Okay, so please go to the ServiceNow site and take a personal development instance and try to just go each and every functionality which I mentioned here. Okay, so and there we can also define the approval rules as well. So a lot of things we need to discuss. There are some rules which we need to define. Okay, so this is a very interesting thing, I know, for defining the rule, each and everything. Let me show you my policy approval policies. So if we want to create any specific policies, we can create here and associate it to that. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you still need any information, just comment me. I will try to capture that scenario in our upcoming videos. And thank you for your support. If you like my video, please share and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye bye.